Yes, there's no game audio. I'll add it in a second. Hello, Leon. Alright. MLC reset today. I think it reset like yesterday night, but yeah. The reason I'm doing endgame on this account is because I haven't played on it for 2 patches. I'm just playing on it for a little bit so I can get Cyrene for an Oxa. E1 Archer SMH. Unironically, I regret it. I already hated on E1 Archer before, but now I could have just gotten it for free. His E2 is mid. No, Wordless would be boring. Will you pull Blade? Uh, on my Firefly account, yeah, for my Acheron. Will the new blade make my Asheville not useless? I mean, yeah. I'm pretty sure, like, Asheville plus Blade Duo DPS is the strongest team, or close to it. Himiko SP will break your account because she needs specific characters, and if you don't have them, she won't function. Brother, you just described every single new team in this game. I don't get what your point is. The only one among the entire Amphorius DPS lineup who can actually get good clears without their best in slots is Phanon. Blade is versatile, Himiko is a brick. Yeah, but Blade isn't the DPS of the team. And Sunday's getting a Nova Flare. And Sunday is best in slot for Himiko. Like, if you're trying to make these comparisons, it would make more sense to say Avon. But leakers have already said that Avon is highly reliant on having Blade on the team, which is no different to Himiko's situation. Blade is a support, what is Himiko? My point is, Sunday is about to get Nova flared, and comparing a support's value to a DPS's value is stupid. Like, who does this? This is like saying, oh, don't pull Cassie, pull Tribby. Don't pull Evernight, pull Tribby. Like, yeah, the generalist support is going to have more value, but why are we comparing supports to DPS's? Like, there's a good chance that Sunday Nova is just as good as Blade. So that would be the more accurate comparison. Hello. How is he not dead yet? He's actually just on a sliver. I mean, Saber's gonna get Gilga soon anyways. I don't think they'd Nova her right now.
With this divine power, I will forge all things. Now farewell. To the soul, insanity. To the soul, insanity. Get there. Ready to digest. Mutation. With this divine power, I will forge all
Worst
things.
matchup boss for Anoxa? Nah, I believe. Wait, why did it just basic on Saridra?
Your downfall is absolute.
Trinity is before me. Watch over you. Guide you on your path. To the soul, insanity. With this divine power, I will forge all things.
A bloody fight.
Get there.
Anoxa, you kill here, right?
To the soul, insanity. To the soul,
Nope. What a break without Cyrene. Holy.
forge all things.
Your downfall is absolute.
To the soul,
No, Sunday isn't going in the token shop.
Trinity is before me. Insanity. A will of metal.
Watch this.
What's your poll plan for this account? There isn't one. I'm just grabbing Cyrene and then going back to my Firefly account. I could get Himiko on this account pretty easily, but I don't feel like it.
Can you find the answer?
I'm not in the mood to play 2 accounts at once again. Did I just miss a crit? Oh, fuck. I forgot this archer doesn't have max crit. Why do you call it a Firefly account when you have 5 different teams on it? Because Firefly is my strongest team on that account. And I just like Firefly the most. Do we think Sunday is getting a Sparkle or Wo-Wo level of a Nova Flare? I mean, it's obviously Sparkle. Why in the world would they make Sunday's Nova Flare weaker than Sparkle? And he's for a more important team, too, than Sparkle even was. Sparkle was for Sparksy, while he's for a main push. Nice, Leon. Think Sunday will become free? They might do that selector thing they did with Nova Sparkle on 4.0, but not the golden token. But if they do that, yeah, maybe. I'd take it. I have multiple accounts with E0 Sunday, and they're probably going to rework his E1 to be better, so I'd gladly take a free E1. I mean, I'm not saying it's on 4.4, but like they could do it in the future on like 4.6 or something.
Soaring above the land. This is permanent.
Oh wait, don't you have to attack the fucking side things against this boss? Damn, the auto battle. Wait, why is Tribby not having her skill up? Oh my goodness. I was not paying attention.
My strength is in
Will you find the answer?
dragon soaring above the land. This is permanent.
Man, I'm just doing no damage. Holy.
My purpose is to protect.
Will you find the answer?
Oh, Sparkle's on Sunday like con. Okay, that makes sense.
Dragon soaring above the land. This is permanent. My strength is in what
You need to attack the main boss with the water to reduce their damage reduction. Oh, I didn't know that. Thank you. I haven't fought against this boss one time or watched any videos on him. This is probably a basic.
my purpose is to protect. Dragon soaring above the land. This is permanent.
Will you find the answer? I'll go first.
Man, I'm still not doing enough. There we go.
My strength.
Wow, that actually got it. You look at this game from a casual perspective or meta perspective. I mean, obviously meta, no?
Dragon soaring above the land. This is permanent.
Let's play for a while. You're spinny? Can you find the answer?
My purpose. Dragon soaring above the land. This is permanent.
Underestimating us will cost you.
Hello. Uh, put PT there, put Ho there. This is supposed to be a Phanon buff. Fuck. This account doesn't have Phanon. Why do people want to dox you? Cause I like lollies. That's about it.
A will of metal.
Watch this.
I don't care. Who's doxing you? Apparently Zolza is trying to dox me or something. I don't know. Or it's her viewers. I don't know which one it is, or both. I mean, it's like I always say, and I said in my last video, people these days care more about seeming morally righteous for fictional characters than actually caring anything about real people, you know? That's just how it is in this era. She doing it on Discord, supposedly, yeah. She might not be doing it though, like maybe she isn't. But I've already had multiple people come to me and saying that I'm getting doxxed. But I don't really care, so it's like what does, like why would I care in the first place, you know? That's why I haven't made like any further posts on it. You could get swatted. I mean, yeah, that's true, I guess. I didn't really consider that.
A bloody fight.
Is HSR power creep better now or worse? Uh, we're still in the beginning of a new version, so not really that significant a power creep to speak of. It's usually more noticeable when the teams are finalized near the end of the version. I mean, all I can do is hope that I don't get doxxed, you know?
Your downfall is absolute.
At the end of the day, I have a lot more things I need to worry about in real life in terms of like work, so I can't spend all my time trying to constantly worry about the possibility of me getting doxxed. You're just a capybara. You don't deserve this shit. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'd prefer to just not talk about it, you know? I'm gonna keep doing my own thing. I'm gonna keep uploading my videos, same posts. Nothing's gonna change from talking about it to begin with.
Can you find the answer?
Jesus, can I hit a single crit? How do you feel about the new endgame? Star Ward? I mean, nothing. Just 3-team endgame. Probably gonna have a little more HP than the last floor of each side.
Can you find the answer?
Wait, how did my archer get CC'd? Wow. Oh my god. The Dawn Hung basic the side mob instead of the boss. And now they're on a sliver of toughness and I'm in this shit again. Oh, fuck. I'm just gonna do something easier. Man, I wish I could just skip this. Unk has reached Unk status. Chill. I still got it. You can reach out while doing this? Yeah. I don't know when beta is.
Are made to be broken. Why, this off the moon.
At least there's no dude posting on HSR compared to Genshin. I mean, the difference in rewards and 5 stars between Genshin and HSR is astronomical. So it makes sense. It's hard to really complain about much over here.
Fighting is meaningless.
Fancy a coffee?
Can I be a gooner in chat for Himiko? I mean, sure. I'm just trying to do my own thing. Oh, I hate pulling for Cyrene, dude. Fuck.
Are made to be broken. Why, this off the moon.
Should I get Blade for Saber? What? Why would you get Blade for Saber?
Are made to be broken. Why, this off the moon.
Blade buffs ult damage? Yeah, but Saber is about to get Gilga. And Sunday's about to get Nova too. I mean, maybe. Maybe Blade is best in slot. I don't know. Blade best for everyone? Yeah. I recently saw a video of Blade beating Tribby for Herda. Someone mentioned that in my chat yesterday. And I was like, yeah, that is possible that Blade could be best in slot with Herda. I mean, yeah, I'd assume like Sunday Nova plus Gilga is, I'm assuming, what Saber's best team is probably going to end up being. Because with no action advancer on the team, I feel like Saber would get ults so slow. How long you've been saving? I just said this is a new account, or I haven't logged into it in 2 patches. We don't know Gilga kit yet, just that Saber is in there. I mean, why do you think Saber is in his kit? You know? Is it for just shits and giggles? Talking to someone else.
Survive or be destroyed. There is no other choice.
No, I don't have people who maintain my accounts. The closest is Solus, who does technically maintain some of my accounts, but in reality it's more like I literally just don't play them for months on end. Like, he basically owns the account at that point. And he's allowed to pull whatever he wants. Is there any team that uses Serval? The closest would probably be Thurda, the Herda. That would be the only one who can use Serval, like, semi-decently.
Survive or be destroyed. There is no other choice.
I don't even know what the TOA is, tactician. Is it like a inflation problem or a shilling problem? Where like you're getting debuffed or whatever? Bit of both because of arrow res, so it screws my cart. Sag.
Are made to be broken.
Survive or be destroyed. There is no other choice.
There's a leaker tier list in Honkai Agenda. Yeah. I mean, it's dumb. People are just pushing their agendas. That's why I don't interact with HSR on social media at all anymore. People like attack leakers,
Made to be broken.
attack other people. Like people just switch up so fast. Full Stop Chan was on the verge of being in fucking useless Twitter drama like Seal Leaks. All because he got the fake collab wrong by one patch. Guy has like a 100% track record, by the way. But he almost got one thing wrong. And the Wolves were fucking trying to go for him. Do you think we'll get a golden token in 4.4? No. HSR is the worst fandom in terms of meta discussion. That's because everybody blindly believes private server cave dwellers. If you make any gameplay on a private server and upload it to YouTube, no matter how bad your gameplay is, people are automatically gonna assume that everything you say is like the gospel.
Survive or be destroyed. There is no other choice.
Like 90% of the Yao Guang agenda and her being bad for the Elation characters was pushed by private server players on Twitter.
Aim a plan down.
A sharp side needs target.
Private servers are weird, like you can genuinely just get whatever you want. What's the fun in that? I mean, that's the point. If you want to LARP being good at this game, you can automatically generate every character to have the investment you want and the relics you want to make the easiest, most optimal zero cycle. And that content gets views, so.
Are made to be broken.
Survive or be destroyed. There is no other choice.
Watch this awesome move.
You don't need Evanesia's Lycone. If I remember correctly, it was like a, what was it, like a 27% jump over the free MOC shop Lycone? To be honest, that's fine. And her Eidolons are better anyways. Yeah. Like, if you watch private server gameplay, just to see, like, what the possible peak of a team you want can do, then those videos are actually not bad, right? Like, if that's your goal. But so many people try to use these private server gameplays as, like, almost guides for what they should do and the optimal investment and this and that, which that's where it leads to, you know, a bit of unrelatability, let's say. What's the best free-to-play team for Archer? Free Sparkle with RMC and Don Hung PT. It's probably that.
Are made to be broken.
Survive or be destroyed. There is no other choice.
Watch this awesome move.
But yeah. I already talked about this personally. I'm not really into gacha CCs the last probably half year. So I don't know like anything that's going on outside of when I go out of my way to see like new beta gameplay. So I can see like how some of these characters play in beta. Sure, I'll maybe check them sometime.
Are made to be broken.
Survive or be destroyed. There is no choice.
Avoiding unnecessary drama routes? Oh, 100%. Drama is like the easiest way to make money and views in the gacha space. But it's also the most insufferable and unhealthiest, which is why I like to stay away from it. Yeah. I mean, a lot of the gacha drama CCs, like, people have grown disdain for them at this point. But it's like, these people don't realize it doesn't matter if you're, like, disliking their content or going into their comments, because these people are so big, they have, like, hardcore dedicated fan bases that just will not die, no matter what they do or, you know, the way the perspective changes on them. And then you're clicking on these videos, watching them, and you're still feeding them more money by giving them the views. So it's like, so long as they have the mental fortitude to not be bothered by the people who hate on whatever content they make, they are just farming others who quote unquote hate them because they make them more money, you know? It's a scummy and shitty way of making content, but like it works, you know? Like it works. So they take advantage of it. Yeah. And then when you do get people who are like overly hating on you, then you can just make free content, like free videos off of giving your opinion against the people hating on you. And it's like an infinitely repeating cycle, you know? Like they can just keep farming and farming and farming.
Allow me to make it.
James Charles? Yeah, something like that. Once you get big enough, you just can't die. if you just ignore the hate you're getting and you keep doing your own thing, or you farm the hate, either or. Like, it's impossible for your fan base to die. You'll always be able to make like a living off it once you get big enough. This is why like cancel culture and all that shit, like it doesn't really work if the person getting canceled doesn't really care, you know? That's just kind of how it goes. And a lot of people don't realize this. Good thing Pokey didn't give up HSR like other CCs. Pokey didn't... Like, the majority of the other mainstream CCs for HSR at that point were barely playing the game anymore. And they just wanted to use an excuse to leave the game that isn't even real. But Pokey was never like... at that point where I was like, oh, I want to move on to another game, so let me make up excuses for why I'm leaving this older game, instead of just straight up saying that I'm tired of it and I like this newer one more. So it's like, oh, global passive, and all these fake leaked global passives are like crit damage and crit rate and attack. Like, this game is going in the gutter, it's going in the shithole, I need to quit now. Wuwa is so much better, you know? Oh, whoops.
Down hidden moon. It's hard for a wanderer to find rest and living.
Yeah, I know. Brax? Yeah. Brax was also one of them. Where Brax was like severely over exaggerating that the game was like in some terrible state to justify him leaving. But he just ends up coming back anyways. I think he spent like $1,000 for Cypher E6. And he's coming back for Fake Collab as well. It's like, there's nothing wrong with someone coming back, you know? Like, things change. People change their mind over time. I'm not going to sit here being like, oh, you filthy fucking casuals. You left HSR when it needed you most. How dare you? Right? Like, I'm not going to be like that. But it's always going to tick me off when clearly someone's reasoning for, like, leaving a game or moving on to something else, like, they're purposely trying to over-exaggerate and bash the game that they're leaving because they're finally leaving it. It's like you're just lying to your fan base, kinda, and misrepresenting the actual issue going on. Like, you probably just got burnt out of the game. There's a new gacha game like Wuwa, for example, that is fresh, it's new, it's different, and you go to that other game, and then probably like half a year to a year later you feel like playing HSR again, because it's been a while, you know? But no, these people have to like go on insane rants about how terrible HSR is, how terrible you are if you pull Cassie because she has a global passive and you're enabling this company to be predatory, right? Like a ton of shit like this, guilt tripping their audience. You need to quit now. Shit was crazy. I had people coming in my chats during my streams asking me if I was quitting like Gotcha Smack and the others because of the passive. I was like, fuck no. Are you insane?
Benefactor. Let me in.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to clear this, but we'll see. The guys who left were more or less burnt out from the game, so they found an excuse to leave. Yeah, exactly. Like, that's been my take ever since then, and it's still my take now. Like, clearly you're just burnt out, you know? But, like, there's no need to make such over-exaggerated excuses about why you're leaving the game. Like, you're just burnt out. It's like, for example, let's say, like, I've gone on my on and offs with Wuwa, right? Like, I'll play Wuwa for, like, 4 months, sometimes half a year straight, maybe even longer. Then I'll take a break for a good while, and then I'll come back again. It's happened, like, 3 or 4 times at this point with me. But I don't suddenly make a video whenever I'm burnt out from Wuwa talking about, like, every single issue that the game has, you know? Like, oh my fucking god, these characters are becoming so much more niche, the vertical investment is way weaker than HSR's, the game isn't as convenient, new, like, TOA floor plus double pawns matrix, this shit's ruining me. Like, if I get burnt out from a game, I just take a break from it. I don't need to make a video, I don't need to make, like, a community post bashing the game, I just move on. And then when I feel like playing the game again, I come back. But to be fair, I'm not these like super big gotcha CCs who can get like 20 to 30k views on any video. So maybe they did it on purpose just so they could farm a little more money. I don't know. Like, I don't really have that content creator mindset. I don't lie. So that might just be the difference. Yeah, exactly. Like that's fully normal, Candy. People all the time, it's not even just CCs, by the way. Like, you'll see this with normal people on social media as well, where the second they get burnt out of something, and there's like something new and fresh that they can try for a bit, and they have like the honeymoon experience, they go crazy on slandering that older game that they used to play. Very often. Nah. I'm too lazy to grow big that quickly. It's definitely possible, but I'd have to like do shorts and TikTok and other social media. I'd have to edit my videos more, like stuff like that, which is things that I hate doing, so realistically, probably not happening, at least anytime soon.
Be grateful for all this clamor. That is the sound of thoughts.
Why not hire an editor? Laziness. It's not bad being a small CC. No, yeah, I agree. If I was a bigger CC, there would be more of a spotlight on me and everything I say, and the drama around like LollyCon would be 10 times bigger. Like me being this small, like nobody cares when I'm this small. I only lost like 40 or 50 subscribers recently. A big CC would probably lose thousands because people would be spreading it around social media like no tomorrow. You'll have 10K by the end of the year. I mean, 10K wouldn't be difficult if I actively uploaded. That's definitely easily possible. But I'm just like slower with the uploads these days because I'm more lazy. Also, I will say, like, I'm not good at being a generic gacha CC. Like, I refuse to do, like, viewer accounts. I refuse to do viewer clears. I don't really do, like, people's poll videos. You know? Like, I suck at being a generic gacha CC. I truthfully suck at it. And I also hate drama at the same time. So I don't farm drama either, or like try to farm topics for engagement and shit. We like your style of content. Well, I appreciate that. Although it's pretty lazy, but I appreciate it. You remind me of myself if I were a completely different person. uh, nice one. You are just a chill guy? I mean, I try my best, man. I try my best. I just like being in my own little bubble, you know. I've come to the realization of that, like, now that I've been in the CC space longer. Being in your own bubble is, like, the most comfortable. It's the most fun. It's when I have the most energy to actually make videos. It's nice. Was Irene and Yao Guang the most energy draining? It's Yao Guang's by a mile. Because I had to go on like a 1 or 2 month run of clearing up misinformation around Yao Guang, that was definitely the worst for sure. That was also the beginning of people bothering me about me liking lollies, because a Twitter TCer made a CC tier list and they put me all the way at the bottom. And when someone asked them, like, this doesn't really make sense, he has a pretty good track record, they just brought up a single post of me posting Huo Huo as the reason why I'm on the bottom of HSR CCs. And that, like, led more people to having their attention on me. Unfortunately. And some people were also expressing my opinions in their posts, I think. And they were like, oh, you get your takes from Gabby Maru? Because keep in mind, this Twitter TC was pushing the agenda that Yao Guang would get replaced by EMC. And then further replaced by like Pearl or Nihilux later. So they were pushing the agenda pre 4.2 beta that Yao Guang would be semi-best in slot with Evanescia but replaced later. And then wouldn't be best in slot for Silver Wolf at all. So people are like, oh, Gabby said this. And then they're like, oh, why do you get your take from Gabby? Are you stupid? And then they ended up being wrong. You know? A lot of people underestimate my takes solely because I don't do like low cost zero cycle content. Like that alone brings my credibility down so much to a lot of people in the gacha space. Because in the gacha space, we were talking about this like a little bit ago. Like they love private server people and people who do low cost zero cycles. They put a lot of credibility behind that. But the thing is, if you want a good ability to read what it is likely that HSR will do in the future when it comes to teams and stuff, it is solely based off of pattern recognition. And you also have to think as if you are someone working at Hoyo trying to make money, right? Like, would this be optimal? Do I think they would do this? Have they done this before? You know, you have to put yourself in those types of shoes to actually like have kind of the same brain as me when it comes to predicting stuff like that. Which I don't think it's that difficult, but it just requires experience, and that's it. Like anybody can do what I do, but you'd have to kind of know life this game and understand so many things that they've done prior and current. Yeah, I do, Summer, I do. Saw a video talking about how SPs are lazy. What's your thoughts? Um, I've always said this. The one perspective where I understand where they're coming from is if it's like, oh, you wish you didn't have to pay for getting a new character when you technically already own that character, right? And you wish it was like grindable or cheaper. Like I get it from that perspective, but I've said this for quite a while now. HSR having SPs is 10 times better than a game like Wuwa where it's constantly new and new characters, because the characters you pulled maintain relevance in the story and maintain relevance in meta as they get every single new version, and they get Nova Flares if they're a main push, they get shield treatment with teammates, right? And the story doesn't need to be rushed, you know? I think that's quite important. The story doesn't need to be rushed. It doesn't need to be wrapped up in a single patch of how you interacted with this character. And this is a big problem a lot of people have with games like Wuwa, for example, right? Like, it's one patch with that character, half a patch maybe, not even sometimes one patch, and then you move on to the next one. And then you move on and you move on. You go to a new region, you're never going to see almost anyone from the previous region ever again, right? And also, if they don't get SPs, their meta relevance is never going to come back. Camellia, a ton of the 1.x characters, they get no rerun banners, no new teammates. Like, nobody can even get them anymore, you know? So, I prefer SPs. I definitely prefer SPs. Like, Sparkle is one of my favorite characters in the game, and Sparkle is still semi-relevant because she got an SP in Sparksy. So they gave her more story time, more on her backstory, more development, and she's best in slot for the Annie main push this year, you know? Like, that's huge. That's really nice, in my opinion. They'll probably do the same with Himiko. They'll do the same with Avin. They'll do the same with Robin. Yeah. And also, it's like, it's not like it's only SP characters, you know? Like, yes, it's a lot more in comparison to other games that you compare it to outside of the Honkai series, but at least it's still more so like a 50-50 between original characters and SPs, right? So people who want original characters, they get what they want, and people who really like older characters that they connected with, then they get the SPs. And in my opinion, everybody's happy. Like, Tactician came in my chat before talking about this as well, and I truthfully think not every single newly released HSR character needs to completely cater towards specifically your liking, right? Like, it's okay to skip a character or to even possibly skip a patch. You don't need to literally have every character feel like a must pull in a game, in my opinion. FOMO brainwash people hard? I mean, yeah, I guess. But yeah, HSR's current state is phenomenal. It's amazing. Truthfully, I am so happy you guys can't see it. Every time I talk about this, there's like a massive smile on my face, like there's a grin. I will admit, although I definitely think CCs were vastly over exaggerating HSR's issues on 3.2, it like 3.2 HSR compared to current day HSR, it's not even close. You know, it genuinely isn't close. QOL, story, animations, characters, 5 stars, buffing characters, game modes, the quality of exploring the new maps like Plan Arcadia, like it's not even a competition. This game has improved so much. It's insane. WoW player base deserves a better CC. The reason why meta in WoW isn't as popular is because at the end of the day, the target audience for gachas are lazier and more casual or busy players, right? Like that's the main target of these games because they want you to spend money to make up for the time that you're not playing the game literally every single day. So what happens is in HSR, there's no mechanical gameplay, right? You don't need to be swifty with your hands to hit certain rotations like in WUWA. In this game, it's completely knowledge based, which is much easier for lazier and busier people who are older to tackle. Like that's much easier to learn and adapt to. Oh, I need to hit this certain speed threshold. I get these certain relics. I put the team together, and that's that, right? Of course, if you are more knowledgeable on working around enemy mechanics, that's a skill gap HSR has that, in my opinion, WUA doesn't really. However, nonetheless, this game is much easier for the older player. But in WUA, there's much less thinking and much more mechanical gameplay, right? Like, you actually need to learn how to do optimal rotations and with different characters, quick swap if you want to maximize your team potential. And that's why meta CCs and WUA aren't as popular. It's easier to be a casual and get into meta in HSR than it is to be a casual and get into meta for WUA for a lot of people. You can auto this game? Yeah, exactly. Do you still play Bleach? No. The only gacha I'm playing right now is HSR. And even that, I don't really. Like, I won't play this game every day actively. HSR needs a lot of rotation optimization. Have you seen recent MOC clears, especially old units? I mean, I don't know, man. I autoed MOC on almost all of my accounts. Actually, I autoed Endgame on all of my accounts except this one because Archer's auto is garbage. And so, like, a few of them are free to play accounts. My E6 Phanon account is free to play. This one's free to play. And I haven't even logged into this account for 2 patches. I missed out on like nearly... Wait, no, yeah. I missed out on nearly 200 pulls. I mean, once again, HSR just requires more knowledge. The more experienced you are at this game, it just becomes like it's so easy. It's so easy to understand kits, character synergies, what the best investment is. Which is why I always tell people, like, instead of trying to use me as an Akinator, try to, like, build your own experience and understanding of characters in this game, because then you won't need to watch my videos anymore. Because depending on the context of your account, things change quite a bit when it comes to pull advice. It's the equivalent of like artists, right? People who want to learn how to draw. Like one is constantly reliant on references, while the other went through the trials and tribulations of fucking up while just trying to do it without references. And eventually, after enough time, although it was more difficult, you're able to draw whatever the fuck you want without needing references, right? Kind of similar to that. Am I a bad player for never touching endgame and gachas I play? No. I mean, to be honest, I've said this for quite a long time. Casual players who don't care about meta or endgame in these games are the ones who are probably the happiest and who genuinely enjoy the game for the game. Like, that's usually the best way to enjoy these games. Just pull a character you like. You don't give a shit if their damage sucks. You don't give a shit if they can't clear. You just like the game and you like the character, so you're happy. I confirm that statement. Yeah. Alright, chat. I think I'm going to end the stream here. Thank you all for stopping by. Hope you all have a great day. Hope you all have a great night. And peace out.